Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So far we have discussed the major production activity performed by the majority of the people in the village of Palampur, which is farming. But we have seen that 150 out of 450 families here in Palampur are landless and 240 out of the remaining families are small farmers, which means that their yields from the farming activity, that is the final agricultural output, is not sufficient to earn their livelihood, or let's say to feed their families for that matter, right? So how do you think these families must be managing for their livelihood? It is but natural that they are not so highly educated that they will go out and take up a job, right? So what do they do then? They engage in some other non-farming activities. Now what is non-farming activities then? Activities other than farming performed to earn livelihood are known as non-farm activities. However, having said so, only 25% of the people in Palampur are engaged in activities other than agriculture. Okay. So now let's see what are these non-farming activities performed by these people of Palampur. Okay. Now the first one is dairy, which is a common activity in Palampur. Now what do? They rear milking animals like buffaloes, cows. Okay. They feed them on various types of grass and the jawar and bajra grown in their field. Then how do they benefit from this? See, people like you and me in towns and even in cities, they cannot have cows and buffaloes for the sake of milk or milk products. Can we? No. But we still have demand for milk and other milk products, right? Every morning we go to the market, we get our milk pouch, our yogurt, our paneer, etc. Okay. Now, where does this come from? Somebody must be supplying it to the market, right? So, what I am trying to say here is that here in Palampur, people rear milking animals. They get the milk, send them to the collection centers in the nearby bigger villages like Raiganj and the well connected towns like Sahapur. From there, this milk is transported to even far away towns and cities. So this gives them some amount of income, right? So this is why dairy has been the other common activity here in Palampur, which is obviously a non-farming activity, right? Now, what else happens here in Palampur in the name of non-farming activity? It is small scale manufacturing. Now, what is small scale manufacturing? Now, it is not like they set up big factories, hire huge number of laborers, install huge machineries, equipments, or maybe invest lot of money and earn huge profits. No, these all happen in large scale manufacturing, right? On the contrary, what is small scale manufacturing? Here, people are producing small amount of goods with very little investment. Mostly, they use the raw materials that are handy, that are readily available with them. Like here in your book, you will see Misri Lal producing jaggery out of the sugar cane. Okay, so investment is very less. No external laborer is hired. So it is mostly a family affair. Now some example of small scale industries you can take, like agarbatti making, chalk making, wood making, and rice mill, potato chips making, even pickle and papad making, handmade soap making, okay, and like here sugar candy and jaggery making, okay. So here what is Mistry Lal doing? He has set up an electric sugarcane crushing machine on his field. He buys sugarcane from the farmers. As we know, many farmers grow sugarcane in the fields in this village, Palampur, right? So procuring this raw material is very handy, that is sugarcane. Okay, then he processes this sugarcane into jaggery and sells them to the traders in Shahapur to earn some profit. So like this, small scale manufacturing is another non-farm activity that is going on in the village of Palampur. Okay. Now, what else they do? Shopkeeping. Shopkeeping is another non-farm activity performed by the people of Palampur. Very few people are engaged in this non-farm activity, which is shopkeeping. Now, as we know, Palampur is a well-connected village. From the very beginning, we know that. Okay, with other bigger villages and towns. So it is obvious that whenever they have to, like some emergency, some medical needs, they can travel to Raiganj or Sahapur, etc. Okay, or maybe to buy huge amount of things, to buy something which is not available in their village, they can travel to the nearby villages and cities. But do you think it is practically possible to travel to the other villages or towns for each and every basic things that they need on everyday basis? Will they travel to the towns for a pen, for a biscuit packet, for a soap? No, not practically possible, right? So this means that there is a need. People need their daily use things on a regular basis. And some people have realized this need, and so they have tried to make the best out of it. That is, they have opened some small general stores which sell wide range of items like grains, pulses, soaps, tea, sugar, oil, candles, notebooks, pens, and even cloth. Okay, so what do? These small shopkeepers, they are like retailers. Okay, they buy various items from wholesale markets in cities and sell them here in Palampur to get some profit. Also, you must have seen there will be definitely, in practically I am talking about, you will practically see that there will be definitely few shops selling eatables, packaged drinking water, some mouth fresheners, etc. near every possible bus stop, isn't it? So sometimes you will find, so same thing, this thing you will find universally, right? Near bus stops there will be definitely few shops. Okay, so same thing you will be finding here in Palampur as well. That is, some people who reside next to the bus stop have chosen a part of their house as shops which sell eatables. Okay, so this is how they are engaged in shopkeeping to earn some money, which is another non-farm activity going on in Palampur. You will see another case of Karim, who has opened a computer class center in Palampur. Now, why did this idea click in his mind? Karim has found that many students, they are interested to learn computers. Okay, and that is why they are traveling to Sahapur town. So that means there is a demand for computer classes. He has also explored two women in Palampur who had degree in computer degree applications. Okay, they have degrees in computer applications. So Karim needed money. Okay, he had a need for money. He has got the people who can work for him, and there is also a growing demand among students to learn computers, right? So he came up with this idea. He bought some computers, hired these two ladies, these women with computer degrees, and opened a computer class. As a result, he got good number of students coming here and attending classes. Okay, so this is another case of people of Palampur who are engaged in non-farm activities. Okay, though the number of people engaged in this activity is relatively very less, right? Okay, now let's move on to see what other non-farm activity are going on in Palampur. The next one is transport. See, in the very beginning of the chapter, we have seen that Palampur is a well-connected village with other villages and towns. It has all-weather roads, right? Now, we have also seen that people sell their surplus grains and pulses, etc. in the bigger towns and cities. People sell jaggery and other small-scale produced items in the other villages and towns. That means there is a huge demand for both people and goods to move to other towns and cities. Now, this is the reason why many people have started taking up transport services. right? Many people are running rickshaws, tongas, jeeps, tractors, trucks, and even bullock carts and boggy. Okay, and when they drive and ride these to ferry people and goods, what do they get in return? They get paid, they get the money. They are not doing this for any social welfare, right? So what you have to see is that many people have explored that there is a growing demand of transport services in this village of Palampur. So they have taken up this as an activity to earn money. Okay, like here you see there is a farm laborer called Kishore who was not earning enough wages to feed his family. In due course of time, he has taken a loan from bank under a government scheme. So he has got this loan in government regulated relatively cheap rate of interest. Okay, now he has used this money to buy so he has bought a buffalo using this loan money, and he is selling buffalo's milk. So he is into kind of dairy business. Plus what else he is doing? He is also using this buffalo for some sort of transport. Like he has attached a cart to the buffalo and transporting items like jaggery, clay and other things. Okay, so he is kind of multitasking here. As a result, now he is leading a better life and earning more than he ever did. Okay, again a non-farm activity here. Alright, so with this we come to the end of this chapter. Now I hope the concepts are clear. Now before we move on to the next chapter, let's see what all important topics are there in this chapter. Well, the whole chapter is very simple, so you can very well go through the whole chapter. However, okay, so the first important topic can be factors of production. Okay, we have already covered this, so you have to go through the whole chapter actually, but the first important topic can be what are the factors of production. Okay, this is very important. Another can be modern farming method. Okay, another related question to this modern farming method can be pros and cons of green revolution. Okay, these are the same topic, these two are the same topic because green revolution happened due to the use of modern farming techniques, right? So these two are from the same topic. Another question can be where is Palampur? Well, Palampur is a hypothetical village, it is not anywhere to be found. Okay, another question can be multiple cropping, and also you can go through these non-farm activities in Palampur. Actually the whole chapter is very simple, so just go through it. Okay, so I hope this session was helpful. If you have any doubts, please write in the comment section. I'll definitely get back to you. See you in my next video where we will start with the second chapter. Okay, till then keep learning, keep growing. Bye bye.